Hi, this is Dr. Blanks, and I'm here to tell you how to administer Project 2. This is very similar to Project 1 in that you will administer a phonics assessment that is informal and not timed, and then you will administer another DIBELS assessment, which is the test for oral reading fluency. And you find this in the students' packets that are in the Project 1 folder. So you go back, if your student is a fourth grader, you go back into Project 1 and you download the booklet for fourth grade and you find the student materials and you start with fourth grade. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to determine the percentage accuracy once your student has completed the assessment. And the way that you do that is you look at all of the words that the student read correctly, and then that's going to be the numerator for your fraction. And then your denominator is determined by adding up all the words that they read correctly to all the words that they did not read correctly. And that's going to tell you exactly what percentage accuracy the student has. Then once you have that, you will figure out if the student is at the fluency level for their grade level, their instructional level, or their independent level. And you go here to this folder, and the information that you need in order to calculate that is right there. So once you have identified that, you will use the passages to decide the highest instructional level. And once you have the highest instructional level, you can write the annual goals and objectives. The instructions for writing annual goals and objectives are here, and it tells you exactly how to do that. You read through that material and it will tell you what you need to know. And then you go to your student's school system page and you find their academic calendar, and you mark out for the next calendar year the 36 instructional weeks, roughly in 9-week blocks, accounting for school closures and holidays, and your short-term objectives are based on 9-week chunks of the year for that. The instructions for the starting point for your fluency instruction are listed here. All of the information you need to write your annual fluency goals and objectives are listed here, and they're listed in the other document I just showed you. So now once you have all of that information compiled, you are ready to write your lesson plans. And you're going to develop lesson plans for 4 teaching sessions with your student. And you need to come up with a goal and objective for each of these. If you decide to use this student for Project 3, you will do 4 session intervention lessons, one lesson plan for each day, just like we did in Project 1. And actually administer those intervention lessons. Each lesson should take about 30 minutes. For Project 2, you will have to write the lesson plan whether or not you actually plan on doing the lessons with the kid. If you decide to do them for the 4 lessons with your kid, that will be what you use for Project 3. And so you'll write up your summary based on the model. You'll give me a copy of all your lesson plans, your fluency goals and objectives, your instructional objectives. Your project write-up should look really similar to Project 1, and you've gotten a lot of feedback on Project 1 at this point, so you should know what I'm looking for. Again, don't go sort of off the deep end and over-interpret the data that you have available to you. And I also want you to, for your instructional interventions, I really, really emphasize, I want you to use the information that's available to you in the Bursik and Damer book. I want to see that you've processed that information, that you know how to use it. And frankly, a lot of the stuff that you see in schools is not necessarily research-based, even though it's effective instruction for a lot of kids. The thing to remember is that our model of reading instruction is specifically designed to target kids who struggle. And so in some schools, this may be 80% of the kids. In some schools, it may be 2% of the kids. So even though you may not see a lot of these practices in schools right now, it doesn't mean that they're not good practice. It just means that we need to do more work training teachers like you to use them for targeted intervention with students who struggle in areas that we've identified through effective research-based assessment. Scan all of your assessment data. It's really helpful to me when you have everything sort of in one big document. You can use the PDF function on the copy machine in CWing right outside my office if you want to make a PDF of your report, your objectives, all of your assessment materials, and anything else that I've asked for, and upload it to me as one big file into the Dropbox in time for me to give you credit for having it due on the due date. Thanks.